up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's good, people? What is up? What is up? They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. Mike.
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Or you gonna run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Ooh, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to stop. I thought Lil Murder was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lube and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Clifford, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yala Van Zap's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped here everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. Yeah. Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Get me up in my DMs, I do want to see if you have some blue thong or blue jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Y'all, I literally have no reason to be live right now. None at all. I got a lot going on. I have a lot to do. But I said, let's go live. Because we're not going to be live for the rest of the week. So I'm here today with a random live. I ain't putting no notifications out. I ain't putting nothing in the members only chat. I'm so busy right now, y'all. This live right here is literally me taking a break. Okay? It's just me taking a quick break from all of the foolery I got going on. And it's a lot. It's a lot. I had intended on doing a Run Ya Mouf, but it's just, y'all, it's just too much. I got too much going on. I got way too much going on. Let me tell y'all what I was supposed to talk about. Y'all come up here and y'all got to come up here. Listen, y'all got to come up here and keep me company and make me laugh and talk to y'all. Somebody come up here because I'm telling y'all, it's been a rough day, child. KB, travel love, girl. It's been a rough day for all of us, baby. Demetria, I'm like you, baby. I'm working so hard. I am drained, Gabby, girl. Girl. Mm-mm. The way they are working me and got me all stressed out. Child. So I ain't put no notification out. I ain't I ain't even set up the live. I just pressed the button and said go live. Child. Nevertheless, we are here. So here's what I told y'all got to come up here and talk to me. So here's what I was supposed to talk about today. I was supposed to give y'all the update that Susan Crawford won like we wanted her to. Beautiful. Great. Look at Demetria done came up here to talk to me. Let me know if you ready. Is you ready, Demetria? Demetria. I see Demetria backstage. This is Tangerine Genie. Uh, Demetria, is you ready to come upstage? Come up and talk to me. Xavier, you know you got to click the button. Don't even play with me, Xavier. Um, you ready, Demetria? Hey, okay, I can hear you now. That's Demetria,
Child,
y'all. Y'all say hey to Demetria.
y'all, El Teddy, I got so much on my plate.
You
I
and
got
me
so
both.
much.
What you got going on? Talk to me. Talk to me,
Well,
girl.
first, I got so much freaking schoolwork to do. And
Mm,
then I'm in the process of building my house. And so I have never seen so many freaking paint samples, floor samples in my motherfucking life. And I didn't realize that my goddamn cabinets in my home are going to be more than my fucking floors.
Oh, cabinets. Listen, cabinets are a whole situation. Please be clear,
That shit hurt my feelings when I got that
baby.
invoice.
When they
But
bust you across the head with them good cabinets.
but you know what, El Teddy, I'm gonna tell you the good thing is
Mm-hmm.
I did not have to go through a mortgage company. My home is gonna be mine when it's finished because I'm paying for all this with cash.
Come on, Cash. Come on now.
A
You
a
know us
a
poor people.
now
We
I'm
can't
a lo-
afford that kind of stuff.
I will say this. A lot of people in the chat may not know this about me, and I really try not to talk about it much, but I was in a car accident back in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result of that accident, I suffered a spinal cord injury.
Oh no.
And so I am paralyzed from the chest down.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what you don't realize, I found one of your videos about 6 months after I had my wreck, and I laughed. But after that, it was like I couldn't find your videos no more. And then I had forgot your name, and I was like, I said, man, that dude was funny. So just over the years, on YouTube, and I'm trying to look and search, and I never could find you. But a few months ago, you surfaced when I was watching a Really B video, and
Mm-hmm.
then one of your videos came in after that, and I said, that's the dude that made me laugh because let me tell you something, I have been through hell the past 6 years. This is a life-changing um event, and I'm a
Mm-hmm.
single mom, and my daughter teacher and principal thought they was gonna play on my top last week, and no ma'am. And no ma'am. Because everybody in the whole state of Alabama know about you raggedy bitches. My grandma said, I can't even take this lady serious. Look at how she looked. At the conference, my grandma said she need an iron. And she said, Layla, teacher. had on funeral home makeup. I mean, my
Not funeral home makeup. Come on.
ba- baby, we had to cut that meeting short. My grandma was finna, she was finna turn up. My grandma was finna turn up. It was me, my mom, and my grandma. My mom is always the voice of reason.
She the nice
And
one, but grandma is the one that don't play around. I
and let
like
me tell you
grandma.
something. My grandma don't play about my baby, okay? My grandma don't play about my baby because that's who was with my child when I was in the hospital fighting for
Mhm.
my life. You know what I'm saying? So I just been had a lot going on. Got a schoolwork, trying to get this house built. It's a lot. Um, it's a lot, but I thank God that I'm still alive and that I
We
can
thank
come on
God for you
here
too.
and kiki with y'all and
Mhm.
everything. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I've been in the house for a long time. The only time I would come out would be for my daughter's school events and things like that. And then
Uh-huh.
I finally mustered up the confidence to go to homecoming back in 2023 for the first time since my accident because I didn't want nobody to see me in a chair. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
right.
Like it is a self-esteem type issue. But like I said, I believe in God and I know that one day he will get me up. That prophecy has been spoken over me many times and I believe it and I receive it. Um, and I just want everybody in the chat to know. Um, just appreciate life
Absolutely.
because look, I dropped my daughter off at school, El Teddy. 10 minutes after I dropped her off, I had an accident
Mm.
and I was airlifted to UAB in Birmingham. And so, you know, I mean, just you just never know. You can be up today and down tomorrow. And that car accident taught me and showed me a lot. Because I was one of those people, I thought I was in control of everything. And God said, no, baby, I'm sorry. I might have to show you, and I might have to show you in a rough way, but you are not in charge.
Mm.
You are not in charge of your life. So I'm gonna drop down and let somebody come up. Because
Listen, Demetria, let me say that I'm so glad you came up here and talked to me and shared that with us because I would literally, me and really, we were having a meeting to get ready for this speaking engagement we have this weekend. So she and I we were working on some stuff, and I told her, I said, really, B, I just don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go live today. I said, child, I said, because I was tired. You heard me when I got on here. I was
yeah.
like, girl, I was just tired. And so I said, girl, I don't know if I'm gonna go live. And some said, just click the button. So I didn't even set everything up. I just clicked the button from yesterday because what I could do is I could hit yesterday's live and click the button to go live again.
Mhm.
And so I did that and I changed it. I said, I'm gonna just go, I ain't gonna put no notifications out. I'm just gonna go live. And hopefully my people give me some energy. And you done came up here, Demetria, girl, and gave me the energy I need. Go, girl. Girl,
Yeah,
I
it's
so appreciate you talking, coming up here and talking to me and letting me know. Go ahead and go live. There's a reason for you to go live. Demetria had to come up here and give her testimony and stuff like this. Listen, if y'all ain't already in shouting. Get you a good shout in.
yes, drop a shondo in the chat. Drop a shondo in the chat because I'm telling you, if you all are still able to walk, I'm telling you, don't complain. Don't complain. I don't care how much your legs ache. Be appreciative that you are able to still stand. Take it from me, okay? Because I'm telling you, once these legs get to moving again, it's over with. They not gonna be ready, but I'm gonna be a better
Hold on,
version.
Demetria. The people couldn't hear you. They was over there shouting. They was running. They was getting their run on. They was over there running through the aisles. Close
Oh
the door.
Lord.
Close the
Oh
door.
Lord. Yes. Close them
Close the
doors.
door.
Close them doors. But I ain't looking for no offering. No, I don't need anything. But like I said, y'all just appreciate being able to move around. And another thing, not to be mean or petty, when y'all see the handicap parking spaces that have van accessible, please don't park there. Okay, please don't park there because it pisses me off when my family has to drive me somewhere else and I have to get unloaded off. That
Talk to
pisses
the
me
people.
off. So please
Talk to the people.
just be mindful if
She
you're not
pissed off at you
handicapped.
rat ass bastards that be parking in the handicap and no, you ain't got nail handicap.
Y'all,
You rat
please.
ass bastards. I got
Because let
to
me
do.
tell you something. I used to be the raggedy ass person who used to do the same shit. And now that it's me, you know what I'm saying? Like
Now
back
you
then,
right.
I didn't
Now
give
you
a
cussing
damn.
us out.
Back then, I didn't care. But now but for real, y'all, just please be mindful when you see those blue lines. If you're not in a chair, baby, that's not for you. Okay? Because I was stuck in Ulta with my 11-year-old. Okay? And she spends all of my money. She's the most spoiled child in our family. Um, and I don't play about her. But that teacher, yeah, she tried it,
I
but it's not
told you, all
over.
you have to do is let us know where we need to roll out, when we need to ride out, and we'll ride out.
Hey, well, I was thinking
Hold
about
on, Demetria, hold on. Because Gabby says she need to roll on the floor. Hold on.
yes, roll on the floor, Gabby. Roll on the floor for me. Roll on the floor for me, because baby, I can't wait till I can roll on the floor again. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a great time. Yes, yes, yes. Get what you need, brothers and sisters. Get what you need. Yes, lime green soup. Get what you need. Get what you need. Yes, God. Yes, God. Well, like I said, I'm gonna drop on down and let somebody else come up here and
We sure
uh
appreciate you for coming up here. You know, those of us YouTubers, we come up here every day not knowing, you know, whose lives we may, help out, or who we may put a smile on their face and how we may benefit them. And I think sometimes y'all don't realize how y'all help us too, because sometimes we be up here going through it, and really B could tell you a lot of times I suffer
like
inside. I don't tell
like
nobody
El
nothing. I just
Teddy,
be up there
El
doing
Teddy,
my
you
thing.
not understanding, baby. I was that girl, okay? And I'm not saying that just to be saying that, but
Hmm.
I was that girl. Okay. I was always going somewhere, but my child was always with me too.
Hmm.
I was that girl, but you know what? I'm still that girl. Even in my chair, I can still be that girl. But I thank you for informing us and keeping us up to date on things that mainstream media won't show us. I even have my grandma watching you.
Hey, grandma. Listen, as somebody raised by my grandma, I get really emotional about grandparents. Hey, grandma, how you doing, girl?
Look, she said that young man be talking his shit.
Well, tell grandma we love her over here.
Okay, well, she's with my daughter right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, the
When
goat.
you see
That's
her,
the
tell
golden.
her El
I
Teddy gave her a
will.
shout out.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna drop down, let somebody else
All right.
come up.
Thank you so much, beautiful, for coming up.
Okay.
All right. Well, y'all, that was Demetria, and we thank her for coming up here. And so forth. You never know, what people going through. We just look at each other in the chat. But shout out to Demetria for coming up here. I so appreciate it, because God knows I was like, child, do I need to go live? I literally had told really be girl, I'm not going live today. Oh girl. And here we are. Let me say hey to y'all in the chat. I just been ignoring y'all. I apologize. We had to get a good shout out. I ain't got it's too many people. Uh It's too many people. Hello to everybody collectively, okay? Hello, everybody. Cha, girl. Um, yeah, I had some things that I was supposed to talk about. I just listen. I was really just having a day today. It was just, and so I needed Larry. Larry, just come say, just do us a quick song for the people, okay, Larry? We just need a quick song. Okay, that's all. That's it. That's all, Larry. A quick one. Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So love now. I want to fight.
that he gave his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe
Major sugar spike.
they shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Hey, I needed Larry to come out real fast. Hey, Larry. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate it. So, y'all, I listen. I had some things I was supposed to talk about. We were supposed to talk about how Susan Crawford won in Wisconsin and Elon Musk spent millions of dollars that he just threw out of the window. You could have gave me those millions of dollars. There was $91 million spent on this Supreme Court race. And Elon Musk put up tens of millions of dollars on his own and still got his ass waxed. Mm-hmm. Yep. I was supposed to talk about that, but I was also supposed to talk about somebody need to come up here and talk to me. Let me drop the link again. Y'all need to come up here and talk to me. Now, Demetria done came all the way up here. Y'all need to come up here and talk to me. I was supposed to talk about how the two special elections in Florida still went to the Republicans, even though the races were closer. They still went to the Republicans. I'm also supposed to talk about how national security advisor Mike Waltz, the same man who put Jeff Goldberg in that group chat down to the signal and violated all types of national security. How about not how about, but how about this bastard, the national security advisor? Oh yes, it is being reported that he has been handling sensitive information and his government business and duties using his personal Gmail account. I want to know where all of the motherfucking Republicans at. Because remember the fact that Hillary Clinton had a secured server and they had issues with her and her emails, right? This motherfucker not only has violated and jeopardized our national security with this whole Signal app, he's doing his government business. His government business is national security because he's the fucking advisor for national security. He's the national security advisor. He's the fucking NSA, and he's conducting his business using his personal Gmail account. I didn't know that the Googles had those types of settings now where you could, transmit information like that. I'm just saying. I know they got a whole lot of new security settings and stuff like that, but I don't think that the security settings down to the Googles is the kind that the NSA, the National Security Advisor, should be using. But you notice you ain't heard shit about that, right? I want y'all to put it in the chat. Put a 27 in the chat if down to whatever mainstream media platform you use, be it the MSNBCs or the CNNs or the Fox or News Nation or whichever one you use, let me know if you done seen them having front page coverage of this, breaking news about this, if this was something that led the news broadcast today, because this should be something that should lead the news broadcast. Y'all know how many weeks Hillary Clinton's emails were the lead story for every news broadcast for all legacy media, right? But now the fuck shit is happening on the right, on their side, and you ain't got a fuck thing going on. They are radio the fuck silent. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is why Tacos and Tequila say she saw it on the Washington Post, but you're not seeing it on none of the news sites that you cable news networks. No, you're not seeing none of that. No. They ain't got time for that. Exactly, Marty. They still bringing up motherfucking emails. But you have, and she was Secretary of State, but you have the actual national security advisor using his personal Gmail account for government business. And all of his government business are things that involve national security. Now he says, this is what he says. I don't believe it. He claims that he only used his personal Gmail for handling of things like his work calendar and unclassified work documents. I need somebody to go through this email. And then who's to say that he hasn't already deleted the emails that he used for other sensitive information? You can't believe anything that these people said. These are the same people that went before Congress and lied and said no sensitive or classified information was put on that Signal chat. These people are fucking ridiculous. Oh, it wasn't just him. Another senior national security aide, another senior national security aide also used Gmail for, quote, highly technical conversations with colleagues at other government agencies involving sensitive military positions and powerful weapons systems relating to an ongoing conflict. End of quote. I need a drink. I need a drink, y'all. I need a goddamn drink. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Because I feel myself spiking out. Let me go pour me a drink. Hold your line. Hold on for a moment. Just hold on right there for a moment. Okay, baby? Just give me a moment. Hold on for a moment. I'll be right back. Because, see, this is the shit that I be talking about. Larry! Where's Larry? Larry, sing for the people while I go fix me a drink. Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So long, I want to fight. Daddy gave his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
That was fast. Jesus. I I had to go get me something to drink. Went and got me a cup, an ice cube. You know, you got to have the big ice cube. You can't have them little small ice trays. You got to have the one to give you the big one. Well, all you need is one ice cube. Cause listen, at the rate that these people are going, I just don't have the energy. I don't, and I need a drink to make it through. Sorry. Don't even ask me what I'm drinking. What am I drinking? Y'all know what I drink. Y'all know what I drank. Y'all don't even have to ask. It's so bad. The man at my local liquor store, when I come in, he'd be like, "You getting a regular?" I'd be like, "Yep, sure am." Ciao. And y'all know I like to sandwich my liquor. You put chaser, alcohol, and then chaser on top. Anyway, so let me read, because maybe y'all didn't hear me the first time when I said that, right? So let me say that again. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, everybody. So let me say this again, because somebody in the back did not quite hear me. Okay. So we have the National Security Advisor, one of the highest ranking uh, people in the country in terms of our national security, right? Using his personal email account, Gmail account, that is, to do government business, right? Then, I'm gonna be a whole alcoholic. Gabby. You already know. Then, on top of that, to add insult to injury, see, here's the other part that we need to focus on. Another senior national security aide. This is another high level official within our national security. He or she, whomever it was, they used Gmail for, quote, listen to this, quote, highly technical conversations with colleagues at other government agencies involving sensitive military positions and powerful weapons systems related to an ongoing conflict. End of quote. Here's my question. Here's the question that I have for you. So if you're using your Gmail to send these Gmail emails off about this highly classified amount of information, okay? When the other person from this other government agency opened up the email and saw that it was a goddamn Gmail account, why didn't they immediately say what the hell? On my job, if somebody sends us an email from a Google account and not from a business account, we looking at that email like, who the fuck it? No, we don't deal with Gmail. We don't trust Gmails. Nope, not even answer it. So you're telling me our federal government and people at the highest levels of our national security around here sending off Gmails, using Gmail to send highly classified information. Child. But y'all had a problem with Hillary. Y'all spent weeks and weeks and months focused on Hillary Clinton's emails. Our highest personnel and figures in national security are violating the law by using unsecured email accounts to send information off. Hey, L Love. And you bastards are just acting like it's business as usual. Nothing to see here. Mm-mm. 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 They are sloppy, Demetria, sloppy as hell. Child. Universal Goddess say she work in healthcare, and if she got a Gmail from somebody, she would have to send a report to compliance, encryption department if we received an email like that. At our regular job, and we're talking about our federal government who have some of our most sensitive information around here using Gmails and shit. This is the fuck shit that I be talking about. But y'all over here talking about meritocracies. The incompetence is it's just gross incompetence. It's just gross incompetence. But y'all got time to worry about emails from Hillary Clinton. I can't. I just can't, y'all. I don't know, y'all. I do not know. I can't call it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Okay. Moving on. I was supposed to report on that today, but since I ain't really have time to do Run Your Mouth, I just didn't. I ain't get a chance to get to it. But I was supposed to. We were supposed to spend some time talking about that today. Miss Kiki said her computer would be shut down if she used the wrong websites, and it was federal. Miss Kiki, our black asses would have not only been fired, we would be in a courtroom testifying about how we had violated the law. Always shaking, never stirred. That's why I sandwich. But Miss Kiki, child, Bill Clinton got more scrutiny for getting his dick sucked. Right. And he has been the only one to balance the budget and have a surplus. You right about that. You're right. All of these didn't earn it hires. Child, a mess. A mess. Janae says she worked at a flooring company and they would come after you about a security breach. Right. And these are the people at the highest levels of national security sending Gmails out and shit. Child, I can't. But we were supposed to discuss that today on Run Your Mouth. Y'all see, I have no visuals or nothing. I just didn't have time today, y'all. Everything ran together. I just didn't have time. In other news that we were supposed to talk about, y'all's Mayor Eric Adams. Well, he's doing a happy dance for Jesus. Mayor Eric Adams got some news today and went like this. Now, y'all might be wanting to know why would Mayor Eric Adams shouting for Jesus? Well, a federal judge dismissed New York City Mayor Eric Adams's corruption case today, agreeing it was the only practical outcome while blasting the Justice Department's troubling rationale for wanting the charges thrown out, namely so that the Democrat could help President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown. The judge, though, denied prosecutors the option to refile the charges after the mayoral election. Judge Dale E. Ho. Oh, yes, his last name is Ho. You heard me. Judge Ho. The man's last name is H-O. Ho. I can't make this shit up. Judge Ho. Judge Dale E. Ho's order to dismiss the case with prejudice spares Adam from having to govern in a way that pleases Trump or potentially risk having the Republican Justice Department revive the charges. The judge said he wasn't opining on the merits of the case, but that courts can't force prosecutors to move forward. Still, he expressed qualms about the government's move, saying, quote, "There are many reasons to be troubled," end of quote, by its reasoning. Quote, "Everything here smacks of a bargain. Dismissal of the indictment in exchange for immigration policy concessions," end of quote. And the article says, Ho wrote. That's what the article says. The article says Ho wrote. Judge Ho said he found it disturbing that public officials might get special treatment from prosecutors by complying with policy goals. Now, the Justice Department wanted him to dismiss it without prejudice, meaning that he can come back and they could come back, and if Eric Adams doesn't do what they want him to do, prosecute him again. The judge said, "No, bitch. Nah, bitch. Y'all can't have it both ways. Y'all ain't gonna give y'all that shit. Y'all want to dismiss it? Fine. We're dismissing with prejudice. You cannot come back in this courtroom, talk about we're gonna try this again because he didn't do what you want y'all to do." Which means now y'all can't prosecute him for this again, and he doesn't have to do what y'all want him to do. So he don't have to do a fuck thing to help y'all with immigration. Mind you, he's probably not going to, because he's running for mayor again. And if he does that, his chances of winning mayor, I mean, he doesn't have an ice cube chance of in hell of becoming mayor again. But if he tries to go along with the Trump administration and do all of this shit with regard to helping them out, helping ICE out, take the illegal immigrants out, he knows he won't win an election. So the judge just did him a favor. The judge said, "Fuck you, American government. Fuck you, Pam Bondi, and your fuck ass Justice Department. Y'all ain't gonna have it both ways. No, I'm dismissing it with prejudice. Since you want it dismissed, okay, go ahead. It's dismissed with prejudice. Don't come back in my courtroom. And no, you can't come back to him no more." So now Eric Adams gets off like a fat rat. Eric Adams brokered this deal, this illegal deal with the Trump administration. And now the Trump administration gets fucked because now Eric Adams doesn't have to help them out at all. Mm. Oh, well. Listen, why would a hoe discriminate against another hoe? Hoes need love too. A hoe is a hoe. Catherine Powell say Judge Slow Ho. Girl, I don't care for Eric Adams, but the palm colored people get this kind of treatment all the time. They sure do. They sure do. Uh, I, I I can't be excited about anything, Janae. I am overworked and underpaid. I got so much stuff going on today. As you can see, I don't even have no visuals. I wasn't even supposed to go live today. I'm over here stressed out. Okay. Yeah, he won't be Cuomo. Speaking of hoes, he won't be Cuomo. You say the mayor loves this hoe. I'm sure. I thought Snoop Dogg said we don't love them hoes except for Judge Ho. Judge Ho we love. The mother hoes we'll love. Yeah, Eric Adams doesn't. He won't make it out of the primaries. He won't. He won't make it out of the primaries. I'm just being honest. He won't make it. He don't have an Ice Cube's chance in hell. Nope. Anyway, so we were supposed to talk about that today. However, Eric Adams and Judge Ho, we just don't have that type of time. I was also supposed to talk about today, as if I'm not talking about it as we speak, the fact that the Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, has fired an entire department, all of the workers in the low income home energy assistance program. Every single worker in that department, okay? So HHS and your Secretary of HHS, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., they fired every single worker in the department called that works on low income home energy assistance on the low income home energy assistance program. They were all fired yesterday. This program seeks to help low income Americans pay their energy bills. It helps them pay for their air conditioning, or if they don't have air conditioning, it helps them get air conditioning. It helps them pay their heating bill, and if they don't have heating in their homes, to get heating as well. And this was a program for low income Americans. Everyone in that department has been fired. According to Andrew Germain, who's a former employee within that department, he said, quote, every single federal staff member that worked on the low income home energy assistance program was let go. So there are no federal staff members left to work on the program. End of quote. He said that prior to both probationary cuts and the latest round of firings, there had been about 15 people working on on the program. The program gives out funds to states, which in turn use the money to help people pay to heat and cool their homes and prevent utilities from shutting off the air or heat. And a lot of people utilize these programs. If you've ever gone to a 501c3 where they'll pay your light bill or your heating bill, these are the types of program. This program paid for these types of these organizations to be able to help you pay your energy bills. And now they're all gone. Hmm. Oh, it is. It absolutely is. L said. Well, look at here. Well, look at who we have here. Hey, Paul. And where are you coming from? Paul, 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 I'm dropping a link. Paul, I need you to come up here. Hall monitors, close the door. Close the door. I said close the doors. Close the doors, hall monitors, until Paul come up here and explain to us where he been. Now, where you been, Paul? There's the link, Paul. Come on up here. That's very true. That is very true. Symmetry. You know, like utility bills are through the roof. I live by myself, y'all, and y'all know I travel all the time. I'm traveling. I'm only home sometimes 3 days a week, 4 days a week. Sometimes I still have a utility bill that's over $350, and I live by myself. A mess. Just a mess. Just a damn mess. But yeah, they fired that whole department that works on that program. Hmm. I told y'all the point. I told y'all yesterday. The whole point is cruelty. They are deliberately and intentionally being cruel. Marty says, "Listen, Marty. The only reason my utility bill is 350. I think it's like 354 or something like that. Is because I signed up for the flat rate utility bill, right? Where they'll determine what the average price is and just give you a flat rate. And the flat rate is usually lower than what you would normally pay. Because they always send me the thing where they say, normally you be paying this much, but since you have flat rate, this is what we're doing. I wish everybody's not fortunate like Texas. Now, people who live in Texas, Texas, they have so many energy and utility companies that the utility companies usually fight to get your business in Texas. Texas, when I was out there, I was amazed because in most other and just about everywhere else in the country, you're limited to one utility company. That's it. Utility companies outside of Texas, they have a monopoly. You have one option. That's it. That's all. It's no other options. I'm just saying. But when I went to Texas, they had hundreds of utility companies and they have like websites where you can go. Quake could tell you, she in the chat, or with somebody else from Texas, they have websites where you can go on and look at the different utility companies and figure out which one works best for you. Hmm. I'm just saying. Because Symmetry says she works in the utility industry. Lots of people are getting ready to feel a lot of pain. We already paying too much. That's the same Texas. Yep. But Texas has its own energy grid too. Child, Universal God, as you know, Georgia Power, Bush, you cost a fucking head. If you're in Florida, most Floridians have Florida Power and Light. There's some areas like Jacksonville has JEA. Uh, um, I think Homestead has their own. There are a couple pockets of areas that have their own, but most of Florida has Florida Power and Light. Child, Georgia Power, right? But wherever you are in Florida, it's only one. You don't have options. You either have Florida Power and Light, or you have somewhere else. I think North Carolina, they have Duke Energy or something like that. Most areas you have one option. There's a monopoly on energy. You have one option, and that's it. There's no picking and choosing. And now the reason for that is there's a power grid. Demetria say Alabama Power is a rude asshole. There ain't quite essential. How you doing, boo? A lot of places have a monopoly, but that's because there's the nationwide power grid. Texas chooses not to be on the nationwide power grid, and therefore, they have all of these energy companies that can fight. But then when you have situations like what you had when they had when nobody had any heat, and you're not a part of the nationwide power grid, then you got people freezing to damn death. Yeah. So, but yeah, they got rid of that whole department, y'all. The whole department. They don't give a damn about y'all. I was supposed to talk about that, but I just didn't have time today. I'm just saying. We were also supposed to talk about the fact that for my members of the Rainbow Coalition compound, Symmetry says we purchase our energy from TVA, and I don't know what's getting ready to happen to the industry in my area with the Orange Man firing TVA board member. Well, This is why we have to drink. I got to be out here by 6:30, y'all. So, we were also supposed to talk about the fact that in Ohio, students at Columbus City schools were with preferred names in the district systems have had their names reverted back to the one listed on their birth certificates, including transgender and non-binary students who were not notified that this was happening. Students and teachers were caught off guard earlier last month and on March 19th when attendance was called and they realized preferred names were changed in the district system. Quote, and this is according to a parent with a transgender son. Quote, he found out about the rescinded name change policy at school. His fourth period teacher advised him to go to the office because his preferred name was not listed in the grade book system. Um, my son started to work. My son started to go to the office and in a panic ran to the bathroom to call me at work. End of quote. And that's what a concerned parent said. What the state of Ohio said is, we don't give a damn about how y'all feel. We don't give a damn about parents. And parents saying, we want our child, we support our gender child, our gender child, and we want their preferred name to be listed on the grade book. We don't give a damn. Uh, um, Ohio said we don't give a damn about that. We gonna call them whatever that is on their birth certificate, and that's it. That's all. I was supposed to break that down and talk about that today. However, I just didn't have enough time. But how would you feel as a parent if you had a transgender child? You go to sign your child up for school. Your child at some point during that period realizes that they're transgender. You in solidarity and in lockstep and key with your child, go to the school, says, hey, I know the birth certificate says so and so. However, I want my child to go by their preferred name, which is X, Y, and Z. That is what you're to call them. We support our child, and that's it. Well, Ohio said, fuck you and fuck your child. We're going to go by whatever is on the birth certificate. That's what we're going to call them. How would you feel as a parent if that's what they told you? Actually, in some states, you can change the gender. You absolutely can, Janae. In some states, you can change the gender. It's a state by state situation. But in some states, Janae, you can change the gender. You absolutely can. Hmm. But listen, this is happening in the great state of Ohio. If you need them, if you should need them. L Sid, you ain't never lied. Any other time y'all have all the problems in the world, y'all can't find the paperwork, y'all having issues. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't find. Now all of a sudden you can find everything you need. Girl, girl, doll, girl. But wait, Xavier, these are the same school districts that talk so earnestly about parents' rights. It's up to the parents, whatever the parents want, unless those parents' views don't align with yours. A mess. A mess. A mess. Just a damn mess. Right. You ain't lying, quintessential. You are not lying. I was also supposed to talk about Anthony Edwards today. Why? Now we talked about Anthony Edwards and the fact that he have all of these paternity cases. Remember, he's the shooting guard for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and he and Aisha Howard have this paternity case, and so forth and so on, where she's saying that he is the baby daddy. He said, "I don't know if I'm the baby daddy," and they're supposed to do this. They did the paternity in Georgia because they know Georgia doesn't have the same laws as California. Now, she lives in California and filed her case in California, but he filed the case in Georgia because Georgia leans more toward the father not having to pay as much, right? Well, in this case with her, he said, "I don't like this bitch. I don't want no parts of her. Fuck her and fuck her life." Now, this is what he had to say. He said, "How much I got to pay? Here's 18 years worth. Leave me alone." Now, I think they said it was like $1.08 million because it was $5,000 a month. Uh, 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 and he wants to just pay 18 years worth of child support and just going on with life. Now, I know in a lot of states, your child support payments could change. But you said she moved there. So she lives there now, Xavier. I'm just saying. But my point is this. If this was you, if ladies, if you were in this situation I and it's not just Aisha Howard, it's Aisha Howard. She's one of the baby mamas. Another one, her name is Alexandria Disrokis. She filed a paternity suit against him to establish child support and legal fatherhood against him. She resides although the baby was conceived and born in Georgia, she resides in New York. Even though Anthony Edwards, I believe he's from Georgia because all of these baby mamas was conceived down to the Georgia. He wants everything to be done in Georgia because Georgia can help him out paying less child support. There's another case with another chick named Deja Carlisle. She has a also a paternity suit against him. And what state is this in? I don't know what state that one's in. But the Deja Carlisle, she has a daughter. So the initial child support agreement in April of 2023 for her baby was $5,000 a month. She's put in a motion for an increase in child support. Now, Alexandria Disrokis, her child support hearing is still pending. And we talked about Aisha Howard, where she got the $5,000 as well. And he said he wants to just pay that off for $1.08 million, which will be $5,000 a month for 18 years. Leave me alone. No, he's in the NBA. Tracy Chappelle, not the NFL. NBA money is guaranteed. NBA money. He has a $240 million contract. Now, what he does with that money, I ain't got nothing to do with it. But right now, and he's still young. So this is he has a $240 million contract. And if he stays in the league, and it's, I think it's a 5-year, $240 million contract. And if he stays past that, he'll get another deal because he is one of the top players in the NBA. That could be worth more than that. And so a measly $5,000 a month, and you just getting $1.08 million. I'm looking at them like, nah, give me more. I need to increase. Oh, you got a new salary if in the next 5 years? Because think about it. If their child is 1 or 2 years old, and he has a 5-year contract. By the time my child turns 5 or 6 years old, maybe 7 years old, you got a new contract that may be worth 3, 4, 500 million dollars, and you still paying me these pennies? Hell nah, bitch. Nah, go ahead and run me my coins. I need that shit to go up. So I wouldn't agree to that shit at all. Nope. No, I'm not going to agree to it. No. I reserve the right to come back later because you still the daddy. The daddy ain't changed. Your money changed. So my child, who is your child, should get more money. I ain't taking nope. I'm not gonna do it if it was me. But I don't have a cooter. And so I can't pop out a baby. But if I could, baby, listen. Child. Child. Tracy C. You know what I need you to do, Tracy? I need you to come up here and help me through the rest of the show. Xavier was supposed to come up here, Tracy, but Xavier been scared. I can go to about 6:45. I can go to about 6:40. I won't need that much time, but I can go to about 6:45. Because I wasn't even supposed to be live today, but I'm here nevertheless, and maybe Tracy can help me get through the show. Y'all tell Tracy to come up here. I was supposed to do my breakdown of the show Adolescence. Remember, y'all had homework. Um, y'all had homework to go watch the show Adolescence on Netflix. Put a shondo in the chat if you went and did your homework and you watched all 4 episodes. Put a shondo in the chat. So you in your office? Okay. So if you watch the show Adolescence, you should have watched it. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, Uncle Jay. I'm just spoiler alert. Oh well, you should have watched it. That was your homework. You ain't do your homework. I don't have nothing to do with that. So it's about this little boy who allegedly killed this little girl. Hey, Xavier, you ready? Huh? So it's about this little white boy who stabbed his classmate to death, and and all about everything surrounding that. He gets arrested. The parents ain't know nothing about it. The parents and the family end up, having issues in the neighborhood, and people, coming after the family because of the son and what he did. It's only 4 episodes. They have an episode where Um, the detectives are trying to find out the motive or find the knife and stuff like that. Um, they have can I tell you that the black detective, he's kind of
Ashley
cute.
Walters,
The black man,
that's his name.
he's kind of cute.
He was in Top Boy.
Hmm.
He was in Top Boy.
I only watched like one episode of Top Boy, so I don't even remember that.
He's the main
Anyway,
character.
I listen. I don't. I only watched one episode. That was a few years ago. I can't even remember what it was about.
It's good. He good too. But he's older. I heard he got grandkids and stuff. He looked good for his age.
How old is? What's his name?
Ashley Walters.
Let's see how old he is. Because you talk about he old. He is 42 years old. He is not that old.
That's old.
That's not.
When you have grandkids, that's old.
I don't know if he does or does not have grandkids. Maybe his son started having, or his kids, his son or daughter started producing kids early. All I know is he cute. He is not old. That's in my age range. And he's 5'9". We the same height. Mm-hmm.
Mm. And his
Mm.
biceps in that shirt when the first
Child,
episode.
don't his muscles be poking out through that shirt? Child. And he
That
only
blue shirt.
42? Baby, we around the same age. Oh, let's do this. Baby, listen, we could do some things. You see him, Janae, right? Talk about that's old. Yeah, Xavier said he's in Top Boy. I know Top Boy is on Netflix. Look at everybody coming at your throat, Xavier, talking about 42 is not old. Look at look at
When
all of
you
the
are
42
42
years
with a
old.
grandchild, that is
Not all of
old.
the people who graduated either 2000 or 2001. Put your high school graduation year. If you 42, you either graduated 2000 or 2001. One of those two, you graduated high school.
I was one in
Mhm.
2000.
Oh, he was on another show. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's called Missing You, or is it Missing Pieces? Something about somebody going missing.
Pinky Tiki say, oh, she 43. She graduated 99. Okay. Look at Janae. I
Jocelyn,
graduated 2000, 2001. Look at all of them coming out the bushes. Ow! Child. Girl. I'm 97, Universal Goddess. I graduated 97. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So look at Marty. Look at all them two. I told you. I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, he's not old, Xavier. But so here's the issue. The people are saying that there was a similar story in England that involved a black boy and a black family. And they say they feel like this story is based off of that. And the white director changed the character to be white. Um, um, Suggesting that the show is, quote, anti-white propaganda.
first of all, that's not. Can we just? I want to dismiss this based on pure logic because I just want to talk about this pure logic. The crime happens all over the goddamn place. The crime happens with black people. It happens with white people. It happens with the Spanish people. It happens with Asian people. Crime doesn't have a race. So let's say even if it was inspired by them, inspiration does not mean exactation. What in the world does the that doesn't mean anything. There's no anti-white agenda. It's about incels. And if you watch the show, he wasn't the white kid wasn't the only incel. So what are they talking about? That's not logical. Just because he, I don't know. It's just so
Is
dumb.
this now? Let me ask this: are there supposed to be more episodes? Because I feel
I
like
haven't heard
with
nothing
4
about that.
episodes, it didn't. The story's not finished.
Is it?
Now the
I
little
think it
boy
is.
said that he was going to confess to doing it and take a guilty plea. That doesn't necessarily mean that he did it.
What are you talking about? He did do it.
I mean, he did do it. We
What?
saw the video of him stabbing a girl. But
Exactly. What are you talking about? What are we going to trial for? We don't need a trial. He did it. We saw the video.
I
And
mean,
the
the
British
video
people,
was small and kind of grainy, and we couldn't really work out, what was happening. We just saw him on top of her.
he did it. And the Brits are good for a good 4 episodes, 6 episode miniseries. They love those. They love them a good, nice little. If they could put it all in one episode, they would try.
Not that spicy original says she go take her Citro silver smoothie. Okay, because you calling people in their 40s old and geriatric, Xavier. That's why we don't pay you no mind, Xavier.
I'm just saying, if you have grandchildren in your
I don't
40s,
have no grandkids, so I'm not old. See how that works?
okay, okay, see how that worked. That worked.
What about people in their 70s and 80s that don't have grandkids?
You still old. You just
They're
old and
not
not a hoe.
old.
You just old.
I know
At
people in
60,
their 30s with grandkids.
well, see, they're just bad parents then. So
I know a lady. She had her oldest son at 15, right? But at 35, she became a grandparent. Her oldest son turned 20. She became a grandparent. She's
well, then her
37
parents were
now.
bad parents. They were bad parenting somewhere. It was bad parenting
How is
somewhere.
she a bad parent
I know
if her
her parents were
son
bad
had his
parents.
child
Her
at
parents were
20?
bad parents. Her parents were bad parents.
How were they bad parents?
Because why are your 15-year-old pregnant?
But that doesn't naturally equate to them being bad parents. Sometimes them kids just bad as hell. Sometimes they just fast. Sometimes no matter
No,
how great
no.
them, no, Xavier. I'm telling you what I know. No matter how great your parenting is, some kids just gonna do what they want to do anyway. Some kids just bad as hell. It is who they are, and you have great parents. That's just like Xavier. You have brothers and sisters, right?
Yeah, I'm watching the 2 yellow behinds right now.
Okay, but do you have any close to your age?
No,
Okay, I
my
could
mother
tell you
waited.
Xavier. I could tell you Xavier. Sometimes you have siblings that are around the same age, like within a year or so of each other. Same experiences, and they still, one of them end up being great, one of them end up being a demon seed. And it has nothing to do with good or bad parenting. It's just a good or bad person inherently that chooses to make the wrong decisions. Child.
Your child making decisions is the problem. Children shouldn't make decisions. You need to
It
be in
happens. They are
charge.
people. They are people. They are people. And I think sometimes parents forget that they are still people. They may be little people, they may be small people, but these are still people that have the mental faculties to make their own choices and decisions. Even though you may say they don't have no choices, they still have a choice. What kind of dog that is,
Choices,
Xavier?
moises. Children, I don't know. I just think that people allow their children to be a little bit too loose. And this show was a perfect example of that. Because all this stuff happened in between the hours of 9 and 10. All these children were out between the hours of 9 and 10. That's just bad parenting right there.
So
What a
children
13?
can't be out the house at 9 o'clock.
No, they cannot be out past 9 and 10. What's going on?
When I was in high school, there were times I was out of the house between 9 and 10.
Oh, hell no. That would never fly in my mother's house. Never.
I'm not saying it was
9 and
all the
10
time, but there were times.
on a weekday, on the school day,
Hmm.
by
Hmm.
yourself?
Hmm.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I just can't imagine. That's just a little bit too loose for
Now
me.
the difference is this little boy was like 13. Now I will give you that. He was like what, 13?
13, 14,
But
15. That's still.
Xavier, you're not gonna realize till you have some kids, or if you choose to have kids. Sometimes these are still people. You can have all of the great and good parenting you want. These are still people that have the ability to make their own choices. You could do all of the instructions, you could do all of the threatening, you could do all of the parenting you want. People still are going to do what they inherently want to do.
I just feel like a lot of people's problems would be solved if they just clamp down a little tighter, just a little bit. Too many people just let their kids do whatever
It's
and
not,
be
I don't think
whatever.
it's just let. Now I agree with you, Xavier. Some parents do just let their kids do whatever, but there are some parents, Xavier, that don't let their kids do whatever. And listen, Xavier, you're talking to somebody that grew up in a very strict household and went to and hung around a lot of other kids being Kojic that had very strict households. Strict about what you wear, strict about what you do, what music you listen to, and all of that. And guess what? We always did found a way to do what we wanted to do. And sometimes our parents didn't know until we was grown, and sometimes we carried some things to the grave. But we were still people and human beings, and I had great parenting. But guess what? Children inherently, and a lot of teenagers gonna do, find a way to do all of the bad things. You have some strict parents that say you can't wear makeup, you can't wear nothing, da 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 da. And what they do? Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. They wait. They get to school, go in that good bathroom, and do what? Change clothes. Where they get the clothes from, I ain't buy it. Oh, they had their friends buy it for them. People find a way. Hey, Gabby, let me know when you're ready to come up. You want your camera on? Okay, there you go. Hey, Gabby.
Hi.
Hey, Gabby.
Can you hear me?
Uh huh.
Okay. You to Xavier's point, you can't watch a kid 24/7, especially within the 8 hours that they're in school. You don't know what's going on between school hours. Now, from the time they get home from school to the time they actually walk through that front door, you still don't know until they actually walk into the presence of your house. And to El Teddy's point, you could train up a child, like the Bible said, you could train up a child, and still they don't grow up to make their own decisions.
Yep.
I have an 11 and a 12-year-old, and granted, every school year, at the beginning of every school year, I tell my kids, please don't put your hands on these people's kids. Now, that is my one rule. Don't put your hands on these people's kids until you feel like you didn't took all the necessary steps before you defend yourself. Now, whatever happens during the year, I didn't already gave my instructions. Now, if my kids decide not to follow them instructions through the school year, that's on me. But then again, that's on them because I can't control what happens outside of my house. I can't control other people's kids.
I
Do that
mean,
make sense?
no, it makes a lot of sense. And like I
That
was
makes
saying,
sense.
you would be very surprised, Xavier. There are so many people who come from great parenting. And like I said, many of us have siblings. We all grew up in the same household, got the same parenting. And those siblings are polar opposites. Like one is the good child, they do everything right, and one is a freaking demon seed that you wouldn't even think they grew up in the same household.
But to me, to me that qualifies as bad parenting because I think that parenting should be individually tailor made to each child.
And that happens. Even when that happens, people are still going to be people, Xavier. There are still going to be people. And even though you may say that's a child, that's still a person that still has reasoning or rationale about what they will and will not do, or won't want to do and don't want to do. And most times, like I said, I grew up around people that had really strict households, and those were the worst kids. You're talking about households where they were strict, they had rules, they had all types of things. And guess what those kids found a way to do? Break all of them,
Exactly.
do whatever they wanted to do,
Exactly.
because it's peer pressure is a motherfucker. And I say that
Exactly.
because your their peers influence them way more than their parents could ever do. At a
Mhm.
certain point, somewhere around middle school, parents and all of that parenting, mm-mm, it don't even
I
matter
put
no
it
more.
this way. I put it this way. If raising up your kid and by the time they get to middle school, if you acted throughout your whole kid's life through middle school like you was their best friend and not the parent, then you're doomed. By middle school, you're doomed.
Mhm.
High school, oh, just go to jail. Just go to jail. Cause
Right.
once,
And that's what's going to happen. They're going to jail.
And it happened. That's what we have with this story. And I think what I'd love for this show to do more of is show. I loved episode 4, which was where they showed what the family went through. Episode 3 kind of focused on the boy with the little therapist or whatever, but
That was the
episode
best episode
4
to me.
focused on the family. And I love that aspect because so many times we see these people who do bad things not knowing that they have a family that has to sit in the aftermath. Even if they go to jail and are carted off, they still have to deal with the ramifications of the aftermath. And
mhm,
they were going back and forth with whether or not they should stay in living in their neighborhood or whether or not they should move. The people were I had to go and look up because I didn't know what that word nuts mean. Because that's a
I was confused
UK
why they used
word.
that word. I know I knew what the word meant because I watched Bad Girls on Tubi. Check that out. That's a good show too. Another British show. And they called this sex trafficking girl. She was trafficking these little kids for drugs. They call her nonce. I didn't understand why they called them the family nonces though. That was confusing.
But yeah, so I but my point is, it reminded me of a movie that I saw some years back where this lady, her son, excuse me, her son committed a mass murder. He went to his high school and he killed a bunch of the kids at the high school. Like he had this like electric bow and arrow and literally was like taking them out in the gym. He, of
mhm,
course, goes to jail for life and all of that. And the mom was a good parent. She said I was a good parent. He was her only child. And the story began with the mass murder, right?
mhm,
But the rest of the movie was all about following her and how she became this pariah in the community. Like she couldn't go out, she couldn't do it. Like people blamed everything on her, and they would go periodically throughout the little boy's life showing that she would be teaching him all of this good stuff, and it just went awry. And they treated that lady so horribly, and they made her lie. There was the scene I always remember. She goes to the grocery store to buy some groceries, and she goes to buy some eggs, and this other white lady, because the lady was white, this other white lady comes up to her, looks at her, and calls her. She says, "Fucking cut," because one of her daughter ended up being killed. And the lady picks up, tries to gets ready to pick up a carton of eggs, and the other white lady goes and smashes the whole carton of eggs with her fist, and the lady just picks up the carton of smashed eggs, takes them back to her house because she's like, "What can I do?" And she literally scrambles eggs with these cracked eggs, and is picking out the shells from the cracked eggs out of the scrambled eggs as she's trying to eat. And it just like really summarized like her life and what she was dealing with. And this wasn't her. She didn't do anything. And when I was watching the show, I thought about the dad and the mom and the daughter and the sister who hadn't done anything. Literally hadn't done anything.
I saw something similar to that, but it was like a documentary on Amazon Prime. I forgot the name of it. But something happened like that to where the little boy, I'm not sure if he offed one of his family members or the little brother or classmates, whatever it was. But because the whole town knew about it,
Hmm.
they kind of exiled the mom, and she just was like, I was just a regular working person trying to raise up good kids. And she didn't have no choice but to go to work, you know? And I
Hmm.
think what happened was the little boy offed his brother. And she was like, that's not my son. That's not how he acts. Nothing. She was basically saying, like, what led up to him offing his little brother. She said there was no signs that she could have looked out for because he acted like he was normal. He acted like the normal big brother to his little brother. And when it happened, the whole town basically exiled her. And she was like, why exile me? I didn't do the crime. I'm trying
Hmm.
to, all she was doing was basically defending her son. Granted, he had did this horrific thing. So of course he got tried. I want to say he got tried as an adult, but he had to go through juvie and serve his time through juvie and then get transferred to the adult prison. But she was like, I now have to navigate or have to relearn how to live my life as a mother whose son is in jail, and I also have to navigate life as a mother who lost her kid, both of her kids technically. And I don't think that that's fair because one bad apple, it's kind of spoils it for the whole bunch.
Mm. Yeah. Let me. I need y'all thoughts on this before I got like 2 minutes before I get off. Kentucky Fried Chicken says KFC says they have fried chicken flavored toothpaste. Are y'all here for it?
The what?
Fried chicken flavored toothpaste.
No.
That's just nasty.
It is. It sounds like the nastiest shit I've ever heard in my life. I do not want fried chicken flavored
Well, that's
toothpaste.
like Popeyes got a pickled flavored menu,
Right, we
or I
talked
think
about
it's
that
like a
yesterday.
couple of items.
We unsheathed that yesterday with the pickle lemonade. Don't want no parts of it.
I don't want no parts of the lemonade, but I do want to try the chicken sandwich.
I don't like pickles at all, so I don't want anything pickle or dill flavored.
Oh well,
Don't. I don't. I just don't. Amazon is trying to buy TikTok to keep TikTok going,
Jeff Bezos don't need no more money put in his pocket.
but he don't own Amazon no more. He's not the CEO no more. Remember, he sold it, or they
Who did he
bought him
sell it
out,
to?
something like that. They bought. I think they bought him
I
out or
thought he
something like
sold
that.
parts of it. I thought he sold parts
He
of
still
it.
has shares. He still has shares, but he's not the CEO of
But isn't he
Amazon
like the
anymore.
majority shareholder?
That I don't know, but I know he's no longer CEO. He may still be majority shares owner. That I don't know.
So
That I don't know.
technically, he's still making money, even though he's part share,
He's just not
whatever
working
the
for
heck.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
no,
usual.
Ice
I
Cube
I
don't
say just
announced
keep it
that
since
consider.
they have it.
Ice Cube announced that they are in the works for last Friday. I don't want any parts of it.
I didn't even like the last Friday, so
Hey, Catherine Powell, let me know when you're ready. I think you got me in the background, Catherine Powell.
Friday ain't been the same since next Friday.
is Chris Rock coming back? Because I never liked Mike Epps.
You ready, Catherine? All right. Hey, Catherine Powell.
I can't hear you, El Teddy.
You can't hear me?
Maybe
We
let
can
me
hear
check
you.
something. I cannot hear you at all.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna come back.
Okay. But yeah, they're supposed to have next for last Friday, excuse me. Once Chris Tucker was no longer on it, it got stupid. The only good one is
Yeah, yeah. And then the drama between the Ricky Smiley and the Cat Williams, I just was like, yeah, now I see why that movie, what was it, Friday After Next was stupid.
whichever was the one that was based off of around Christmas.
Friday After Next.
Okay, that was really bad. It was really bad. Um Tesla is continuing to drop in terms of its stocks.
Well, that's
Sales
what he
dropped
need.
another 13%. In addition to that, uh, uh, um, Target has reported 8 weeks of steady decline in sales. So I say we keep our foot on their necks. Fuck them hoes. Let me know when you're ready, Catherine Powell. I see you in the background, Catherine. Just let me know when you're ready. Can you hear me? Catherine, can you hear me? Hold on. You can't hear me. Mm. I can hear you. You may need to it may have your speakers wrong, like your external speakers may be off. Or
She
put in
might
some
have to
earphones.
allow
Put in
it.
some earphone or put in some earphones. Put in some earphones.
El Teddy, I just want to know why you got this bucket head tied all the way tight.
Cause I always I don't like my bucket hats like this. I like my bucket hats all over here, choking me to death.
Okay.
It gives me it's like having on boxers as opposed to boxer briefs. You don't want boxers because it's just it don't give you enough support. You need boxer briefs so
I
that
don't
can
have those problems. I'm sorry. I
oh,
don't understand.
oh,
Oh, I like boxes. I like a plain old boxes.
no, no.
That or a jock strap. But
Jock straps are not.
Oh
Now I
my
like
god.
jock straps because that's easy access and it still
Oh
supports.
my god.
But boxer briefs, because it ain't about the dick, it's about the nuts that just
Oh my
be all
god.
over the place, and you just need support for the nut sack. Catherine, can you hear me now? I don't think she gone. Anyway, I got to get. I was supposed to be out of here at 6:30, and then I said 6:45. Now it's 6:51, and I wasn't even supposed to
Oh
come
wait.
live today. Listen, y'all. Thank y'all for coming up. Thank you, Demetria. Thank you, Xavier. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you, Catherine Powell, for attempting to come up. Y'all have given me a second win to make it through the day. Um, and so I might can make it. I might can make it through. Praise God. I appreciate y'all for helping me make it through. Anyway, I'm about to get up out of here. I gotta go because I got a bunch of shit I got to do. I got a meeting at 7 o'clock that I'm not even ready for. Yes, thank y'all so much, Xavier. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you, Demetria. Thank you, Catherine Powell. I did say, hey, Uncle Jay. I did. You weren't listening. I did when you came in. Uh-huh. Anyway, like I always say, support independent media. You could do that using this QR code because we be over here doing the Lord's work. The Lord's work. Okay. So support the platform, donate to the channel, and support the platform so we can keep the lights on over here and we can keep doing what we do. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged. They're much appreciated. Me and Really B got some stuff to do this weekend, so I will not be live tomorrow or Friday. I may go live on Sunday, but I know I won't be live over the weekend. All right, y'all. So we'll be back at some point. If not Sunday, we'll definitely be back on Monday. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. Really B is gonna do at 7 o'clock. I think she's doing her Real Housewives of Beverly Hills at that time. I'm about to get out of here. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. Love y'all. I will see y'all on